Welcome to the Indiana Cancer Consortium Data Tool Demo Series. Today we will show you how to use CDC Wonder, which is a public health data tool. It contains a number of national public health data sets which you can query for your population and years of interest. With CDC Wonder, we can answer questions about cancer incidence and mortality in Indiana and easily compare Indiana to other states or the United States overall. In this demo, we will demonstrate how to use CDC Wonder to answer various questions about cancer in Indiana. Let's get started. Type wonder.cdc.gov into your preferred browser. All of the data sets available for query are listed. We'll select Cancer Statistics to navigate to the cancer data. As you can see, CDC Wonder includes 4 cancer-related data sets. If we take a quick look at the More Information section, we see that the cancer statistics in CDC Wonder comes from the National Program of Cancer Registries. The incidence data we will be accessing originates from the cancer registries in each state, including Indiana. Let's start with the simple question: which cancers had the highest incidence rate in Indiana in 2015? Select Data Request under Cancer Incidence 1999 to 2015 to open the Cancer Incidence query. Step 1 organizes the table layout. We want to see data by leading cancer site. Under Organize Table Layout, for Group Results By, select Leading Cancer Sites. For measures, select Age-Adjusted Rate and 95% confidence interval. It is recommended to use stable age-adjusted rates and to check the confidence intervals when comparing data by state and county. Adding a title is an option, but it is not necessary. Step 2 allows us to select a location. We want to view Indiana. Step 3 allows us to select a year or specific demographics. We want to see 2015. We will look at the total population, keeping the other demographics as is. Step 4 allows us to select specific cancer sites. We want to know about all the leading cancers, so we will keep the current selection. Step 5 allows us to customize the output. We will keep this as is. At the bottom of the page, we can select Send to query the data. The request will take a few moments to process depending on the level of detail selected. For each cancer site, we have a count, the applicable population, and the age-adjusted rate per 100,000. Under the results, the notes, suggested citation, and query criteria provide the details for the results. So here you can see that the state was Indiana, and we were looking at all leading invasive cancer sites for the year 2015, and the rate was per 100,000. We want to know which cancers had the highest incidence rates. We need to sort by descending incident rate. To see the leading invasive cancer sites ranked by the highest age-adjusted rates to the lowest age-adjusted rates, click on the green arrow, the green down arrow next to the age-adjusted rate per 100,000. Prostate cancer had the highest incidence rate in Indiana in 2015. This was followed by lung and bronchus, then breast. Are the leading cancers the same for Indiana and the United States? Let's go back to our query and view results for the United States. We can return to the query by selecting Request Form. We need to change our selection in Step 2 to the United States. We don't need to change any other parameters. We can send the query from Step 2. Let's sort by descending incidence rate again. Prostate cancer also has the highest incidence rate in the United States in 2015. The second highest in the U.S. was breast cancer, whereas cancers of the lung and bronchus were second highest in Indiana. Now that we know how to use CDC Wonder, let's answer some questions related to the Indiana Cancer Control Plan. Primary prevention objective 4 is to increase completion rates for vaccines that have been shown to reduce cancer. As we increase HPV vaccination, we hope to see the incidence of cervical cancer decrease in Indiana. Let's amend this query to look at the annual incidence of cervical cancer in Indiana. To look at cervix uteri by year for Indiana, go to Request Form. In Step 1, we want to group results by year. Change the Organize Results By selection to Year. Let's reselect Indiana for the geography in Step 2. In Step 3, we want to expand our query to look at 2011 to 2015. Select 2011, hold down the Shift key, then select 2015 to highlight the entire range. Then go to Step 4 to select Cancers of Interest and select Cervix Uteri. Hit the Send button to see the results. The incidence of cervical cancer in Indiana was steady from 2011 to 2014, but jumped in 2015. This data highlights the importance of our objective to increase HPV vaccination rates. Early detection objective 1 is to increase rates of evidence-based cancer screening. By increasing screening for cancers such as colorectal cancer, we hope to catch cancer earlier in its development and reduce mortality. Let's look at mortality from colorectal cancer in Indiana. To return to the home page for CDC Wonder, select CDC Wonder. We will use the underlying cause of death mortality data set to review deaths due to colorectal cancer. The mortality data we saw earlier under cancer statistics is only available through 2015. The underlying cause of death mortality set is available through 2017. Select Year under Organized Table Layout for Group Results By. For measures, select Age-Adjusted Rate and 95% confidence interval. It is recommended to use stable age-adjusted rates and to check the confidence intervals when comparing data by state and county. Go to Select Location and select Indiana. Go to Select Cause of Death and select the ICD-10 113 cause list. Under Malignant Neoplasms, select Malignant Neoplasms of colon, rectum, and anus, C18 to C21. And then select Send. The mortality rate has varied in the last couple of years, but dropped overall since 1999. Check the query criteria to verify the information provided by the query. Let's look at data by county for Indiana. To return to the query options, we will select Request Form. In Step 1, Organize Table Layout, select County under Group Results By. We will maintain the state and demographics. Go to Step 4 to select Year and Month. Let's select years 2013 to 2017 to combine 5 years of data at the county level. Select 2013, then hold the Shift key and select 2017. Hit the Send button to see the results. We can sort by descending age-adjusted rate to see which Indiana counties have the highest rates. In the Notes section, it states data are suppressed when the data meet the criteria for confidentiality constraints. in the underlying cause of death mortality data set, counties with less than 10 deaths are suppressed. The notes also state death rates are flagged as unreliable when the rate is calculated with a numerator of 20 or less. CDC and ISDH recommend to compare data with stable rates. When we sort by descending rate, the counties with unreliable rates are sorted to the bottom as they are not comparable to other counties. Vermilion County has the highest age-adjusted mortality rate for colorectal cancer from 2013 to 2017. Let's say we wanted to know if Vermilion County's rate is significantly higher than neighboring Vigo County. We can use the 95% confidence intervals. Let's sort alphabetically to easily compare them. Vermilion County's 95% confidence interval is 18.5 to 41.4 deaths per 100,000 population. Vigo County's 95% confidence interval is 12.6 to 18.9 deaths per 100,000 population. The confidence intervals overlap, so while Vermilion County has a higher death rate from colorectal cancer, it is not significantly higher than that of neighboring Vigo County. We skipped over the demographics, but we might want to see deaths for a particular age group. Let's go back to request form. Under Step 1, Measures, deselect age-adjusted rate and 95% confidence interval, since we don't calculate age-adjusted rates for specific age groups. To select the age group of 50 to 75 years, go to Step 3 to select demographics. Select single-year ages and highlight 50 years to 75 years by selecting 50, holding the Shift key, and selecting 75. Let's limit the view to 2017 to see the data for the most recent year. Select the year 2017 under Select Year and Month on the request form. The results will show the counties with 10 or more deaths for 2017. CDC Wonder limits the data provided to counts of 10 or more deaths to protect confidentiality. The more details requested, the more likely the data will be suppressed by county. Therefore, if a county is not shown, one could combine more years of data, combine larger age groups, and/or combine causes of death to provide larger numbers. Also, specific data by gender, race, and Hispanic origin may be selected. However, the more details requested, the more likely the data will be suppressed and/or unreliable. Select Export to save the data in Excel or in another document. This concludes our CDC Wonder demo. Thanks for joining us.